Before we move on, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of the PhilDev Shell engineering scholars who are here with us today. Would you please rise? These scholars have been excelling, and we're very proud of you. You're one of our future rock stars. Thank you for being here. Okay, now that we've heard from the moderators, we're now ready to hear from all of you. What we're going to do is we'll have a Q&A session. It's your chance to come up and ask questions. There are 4 microphones in the middle aisle. You may address your question, one question, to any of the speakers who spoke today.
All right, guys, go to the respective microphones. Where I can see there's about 5 or 6 of them in the middle aisle. Go ahead, Dana.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Dana. I'm from Gov't. I don't know who to ask, but is there a way for PhilDev to train teachers in entrepreneurship about being entrepreneurs or something like that? It's because we have talked to several teachers and they say, well, this is what we learned from books. They're not actual entrepreneurs. And it's difficult to teach kids if it's something that you don't really know. So, and they know that you don't know. So there's that thing.
Eric?
Is there going to be training for them?
Yeah, so arrows would be it. Perfect.
Here, I'll give you this thought. This actually came up in our panel. A few 12 minutes, hold on. So, what we talked about was this concept of how do we help the universities, and by extension the teachers, help the students with these problems that they're maybe not trained in or don't have experience in. And it's very hard, I think, to teach an entrepreneur how to be an entrepreneur if you've never actually been an entrepreneur. That's not to say there's not a ton of value in teaching some of the entrepreneurial concepts, so I don't want to discount that at all. I think that the fact that teachers are excited about teaching these concepts is very important. But the idea that we came up on our panel was the idea that there are alumnus and alumni throughout all of these institutions in this country that have experience starting businesses, running businesses, and we should be tapping into those. And so I would encourage those teachers, those staff that are working in these schools to reach out to the alumni community and start to develop mentorship programs. And I actually told a story about my own school and a wonderful mentorship relationship I had that came out of one of these matchmaking programs sponsored by my institution. So I think you're right to have some concerns about your ability to teach these things or the institution's ability, but within the student body themselves, I think there's a ton of knowledge that can be unlocked and can be shared.
Thank you, Eric.
We have the workshop, which we're having tomorrow and the next day, 2 days. We had that also last year. We encourage you to learn about it, sign up for it. It's a workshop that could train people in academia. Not for this session, but for next year. But keep in touch. Yeah, it's sold out for next year.
Go ahead.
Hi. I'll just move.
You can move up to the mic.
If I may just add to what Eric said, we had the CET roadshow yesterday, and we are going to have it tomorrow. And this is really with CET Berkeley, and the main focus is to provide teaching skills and training skills for the professors themselves, not for the students as much as it is for the professors. So this is one step. We can't do anything if a professor has not had entrepreneurial experience or has failed or succeeded. but at least the focus is to teach them how to teach. That's part of the program.
Hello. Okay. Hi, good afternoon. So my name is Shad. I'm from a local startup company here in Cebu. And I have a question regarding what are the benefits of a mentor in a startup? Because we know that if ever you're an investor, there should be money. How would the mentors? What should a startup provide for them?
Would you like to share some best practices in the Valley that maybe could be tailor-made for other places?
Yeah, so I want to make sure I understand the question. So was your question, what is the value that you get from a mentor, or what does the mentor get from you?
What would be the consideration for the...
What does the mentor get from you? Got it. Well, there's a bunch of different models. In some cases, mentors just want to help the company. And I've done no money, no equity, no nothing. I just sit down and have a coffee with a particular entrepreneur, maybe a few coffees, and it becomes pretty apparent that I'm not the best fit for that individual. But we have a good relationship, so I'm going to connect them and answer once in a while. So it can be that light touch. The more deep mentorship relationships in the Valley usually involve something called an advisory seat, or an advisory role. And you'll hear us talk about it here at the sessions the next couple of days. You'll hear us talk about this model. But essentially, you're going to give that advisor some equity in your company in exchange for their time and advice. And that's the trade. Now they're naturally incentivized to put time and energy into your company, and if your company does well, they're compensated. So that's the model you'll see a lot in the Valley. You'll also see a couple different models called angel advisor models, where the angel actually puts money in and is also an advisor. And oftentimes early stage angels will advise as well. So they'll combine the fact that they paid for some of your equity with actual advisory equity stake as well. Make sense? Are you going to be at the classes tomorrow? All right, you'll hear more about it. Cool.
Go ahead. You have to find your working way. It's part of the journey.
That's right. So good afternoon everyone. I'm Joshua Hapitan, a student from Gov't Technology Center, and I'd like to address this question to our panelist and moderator from Breakout 2. Okay. So we know from that discussion that there are sources of income sources of funds for our capital, family, friends, and angels, or so-called fools. And I would like to ask this question: Would getting loans be a good option to start up our business for our capital?
So I think Breakout 2 is me. No, absolutely not. A loan is a recipe for disaster. You have to assume, as Miko Pera has actually said it perfectly, if you're going to take money from friends and family and the occasional fools, you're going to have to disclose to them that if for some reason we lose in this journey, will this 25, 50, 100, whatever the amount that they're putting in, will that change their lives, or will that really ruin the relationship that you have with them? And if the answer is yes, then run away and don't take that money. So a loan is even worse, because you could lose and still be in a hole and still be paying that back, and it'll just be an anchor in your next career progression. So I would highly advise against taking loans for a startup. Just look for guys that believe in you, and have them put their money where their mouth is if they believe in you. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. I'm Jadar Shikpet Rodriguez from Cebu Institute of Technology University, Computer Science Department. From what I have understand about this symposium, we were looking for ideas to fund. And, am I right in that one? Really, but